The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida, joined as always by my beautiful co-host, Makaila Nichols. Hello, Makaila. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
How are your legs feeling?
They're feeling good.
Why am I asking?
Because...
First of all, not time out. We can keep rolling, but I've been yelled at 5 times already today about, I did this whole show by myself.
I did.
Where am I? I'm here.
You're here now.
Right.
Yeah, but I did this whole episode by myself with our amazing guests that we're going to be showing you here shortly. Justin was nowhere to be found, which honestly wasn't that bad.
Well, I don't need my legs, like laser hair
Maybe you
removed. Do I?
Or you definitely maybe should have gone with me to Transformation Haven and gone to therapy. I think you definitely could do that.
Makaila.
Maybe you could be.
Anyway, where are we going? What are we doing today?
We're going to a couple different places. We're going to go over in the Melbourne area. We're going to go to Transformation Haven.
I should have gone there.
You should have gone there. Actually, we talked about you when you weren't there.
I'm sure you did.
Told her that. Yeah, she's probably watching like, yes, we did, because we did.
What did you say? Be honest. I mean, maybe don't be honest.
I know. I said this whole episode is about health, wellness. It's about mental health. No, it's not, because I think mental health and wellness comes from your head, and then you got to treat yourself. So it's like self-care, wellness. It all goes together. I think you should do more of both of those.
Well, it was my birthday this past weekend, and you were nice enough to buy me this for my wellness. And essentially, every time I wake up, it tells me how messed up I am and how much fatter I'm getting.
It does not say that.
It does.
It tells
like
you how long you
flashing red
slept.
saying I've got issues.
Yeah, you do. And so now
do you know how much deep sleep I got last night?
Not a lot.
12 minutes.
Yeah,
that can't be good.
It's not good.
It can't be.
That's why you should have done this episode with
I believe
me.
you bought me this just so I would know how messed up I really am.
I think we just need to work on getting you healthier, which is like the whole point of this episode, because I think all of us need to be healthier.
I think that's
in more
right.
ways than one. You got to treat yourself. I think everyone needs to talk to someone about whatever you're facing in your life, and there's so many different amazing kinds of therapy, from EMDR to just talking, group therapy, and then you got to go treat yourself and go to SEV, because honestly, it's so hot in Florida. I spend so much time shaving my legs. Yes, I got hairy legs, and you know what? I'm owning it, but I need more time not spent in the shower.
I guess so. You do a great job in this episode, and we do visit some amazing businesses. I'm looking forward to seeing.
We don't. I do. I visit.
Do. Here's what we'll do. A quick break. When we return, Makaila hits the road for Best of Central Florida.
It is never a bad time to prioritize your health, your well-being. That is why I come to Bellam Wellness. I'm joined by Dr. Zadie. You are a primary care physician first and foremost, but you started Bellam Wellness. Tell me a little bit about why you started it.
Bellam actually has been my passion from quite some time. I wanted to do something a little bit more than the primary care, so we can take care of patients from inside out. We want them to feel better.
It means beautiful soul, right?
Beautiful soul, absolutely.
And I love that, because not only do you offer some aesthetic services, but pain management, you really do it all. Tell me about some of the other services you offer here.
The main is, which I love the most, is my laser services.
I love it too. That's where I get my laser hair removal done.
So the most common, as you know, is our laser hair removal, but we do the fine lines, wrinkles, scars.
Spider veins.
Spider veins, absolutely. That's one of my favorite to perform, actually, because you can see the results instantaneously. And scars, as I mentioned, and brown spots, pigmented spots.
Because we all have something that we're a little insecure about, because we always look in the mirror, but you really help people find the beauty within themselves and kind of fix those little imperfections along the way. Dr. Zadie, I trust you with all my aesthetic related services.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And your family is so inspirational. I love the husband, the kids, all of them. I really enjoy coming here.
Thank you so much. And we look forward to continue giving service to you and the whole of the Central Florida.
Yeah, do yourself a favor. If you want to check out this amazing list of services, look no further than Bellam Wellness.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
So as you may or may not know, I am totally into wellness in more ways than one, because I believe that wellness starts with your mind. It's a mind-body-spirit connection. And for me, growing up in the space I was in, mental health was always a conversation and always meant a lot to me. So I want to share this with you. I am sitting in a safe, amazing place. I am at Transformation Haven. I'm joined by Tanya Myers, the executive director, the founder, psychotherapist. She does it all. She even gave me a fidget spinner. Like, we're sitting here talking. Tanya, this is truly a calming, beautiful space. What made you want to start Transformation Haven?
I have, as most of us, have endured many things in life, and I think everyone reaches a point where they have to seek help to deal with emotions, whether it's triggers, trauma, abusive relationships, addictions, depression, anxiety, the list can go on. And they have to seek help to manage those things. However, the help that was available when I seeked out for it was not very positive, sitting on that couch so many times.
It's scary to sit on that couch, because what you're saying is I've sat on that couch a bunch. I still go to therapy. I think therapy is huge. It helps. But sometimes, like we were saying earlier, you feel like you're in a petri dish, but not here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was kind of the vision of Transformation Haven. I want it to be homey, comfortable, safe. So it's a conversation. It's not feeling so much like therapy. And a person could just sit and be comfortable enough to tell me the worst of the things that have happened to them. And I get those cases, the ones of the worst, the traumas. And I wouldn't change it for the world, to be fair. I enjoy helping people that have been through the worst of the worst, because to watch the transformation and watch them grow into who they're meant to be is it's an empowering thing.
Wow. Knowing that you've helped shape their life. I mean, that's one of the things that I really think separates you from other counseling centers. Why are some of your approaches different?
One of the main approaches that I use is EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing.
For the viewer at home, what does that mean? Because that's a lot.
Right,
that's a lot to
it's
unpack.
eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So what you do is you're going to go through your traumas, through the things that have created those negative cores in your mind. They are held in the subconscious. So it's I'm not good enough, I don't matter, I'm not safe. It depends on the trauma, what that negative core would be. But often when there's trauma, and again, over 70% of the world will encounter some type of trauma in their lives, which is ridiculous, and that's reported. So I'm thinking at least 85, 90, unfortunately. And some of it's generational. So it's family trauma. It just keeps going. But what EMDR does is it rewires the brain, and it takes all of that overreactivity, that I'm not good enough, I'm not safe, and turns it into, wait a minute, I am safe, I am good enough, I matter, I'm important. And then their lives start to transform because their thinking changes. They start to understand their worth. They're no longer looking outside of a broken lens. It's now a healthier, clean, more solid lens.
What a beautiful thing. And I think sometimes when we're in it, and I can speak from a place I knew what it was like to go through those things, to have those thoughts. What advice do you have for someone who, maybe they're watching this and they're like, you know what, I have these thoughts. What do I do now? Because you have it. What do I do? What's the first step?
Find an EMDR therapist would be the first thing I would recommend. If you can't do that, I would definitely recommend by coping, doing tapping with breathing. You can do various coping mechanisms at home when you're triggered. You can do many things. I know that some of those things are hard to just teach yourself.
Yeah, to learn.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I do in the first few sessions, actually. It's getting to know you, teaching those coping skills, teaching those things that are the foundation to help the individual manage in between the sessions. Because I do work with a lot of crisis. So, my family always jokes with me, you're never off the clock, because I get the texts and I get the calls, and I am a different type of counselor. I will respond. I will call my clients back. I will walk them through coping skills on the phone, because I've been there. And it's a very difficult place to be when you can't manage that emotion. And once you understand that it's just an emotion and you can control that emotion, it's very empowering.
You know, talking about crisis, you do a lot with veterans and first responders. Why is that, and what makes your approach different there?
So I have a heart for veterans and first responders. I feel like they have served our communities, they served our country, and I don't think they get the best of everything. I think they get the short end of the stick, to be fair. My husband is a Navy vet. My father-in-law is an Army vet. My son is actually in the Army now. He's 25. And my father, who is a Marine, was a Marine. So we have a very long line of veterans. Nobody gets to see the things that they deal with from the time they served and then the treatment they get. So we could do a whole segment and what they get at the VA, what they don't get at the VA, but it's not always promising, I promise you that. 30-minute appointments once every 33 months maybe, which definitely isn't sustainable when you have PTSD, recurring nightmares, dissociation, and those things that go with it. Those flashbacks alone are very hard to manage. It makes it to where they can't even function. So when you can do little things as well as just telling them, you know, maybe you just change the ending of the dream. Well, how do I do that, Miss Tanya? You create an alternate ending. You practice it in your mind, and eventually in your dream, the unconscious and subconscious and conscious kind of grasps it, and it'll change it. And, you know, none of the clients actually believe me when I tell them to do this. Please understand that. And then finally, when they do it, you'll never believe what happened. Well, what happened? It worked. Well, what worked? Can you tell me? I changed the ending and it worked. Okay, so tell me a little bit about what you discovered with the ending. And it's always something to unveil something about themselves in that, which is the unconscious. It's very powerful.
You truly are changing lives. What is your hope for Transformation Haven?
I have a lot of goals for Transformation Haven. There are a lot of different programs I want to create, a lot of different outreaches, community things as well. With that takes a little time and funding and resources. I know a lot of people don't always have the insurance to pay for things. And then there's in that gap where they don't meet the requirements, or the insurance on the marketplace will be way too expensive. So then they're having to pay out of pocket for services. There's got to be something more we can do as a community to help people get the services that they need.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. If you're trying to figure out, maybe you need to talk to someone, maybe you want to check into EMDR. I mean, Tanya does it all, from couples to group therapy to just really being there and kind of offering the help that you need. Look no further than Transformation Haven. Tanya, thank you for having me. The work you do is truly, truly incredible, and I appreciate it. We're going to be right back with Best of Central Florida after this short break.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
So talking about health and wellness, wellness to me is feeling comfortable in your skin and, more importantly, feeling less hot. In the state of Florida, it is hot. Around summer, the last thing I want to do is shave, because I spend hours shaving every day. My hair grows fast. I'm not embarrassed to admit it. But here at SEV Laser, they can fix that. I'm joined by Miss Laser Tech Raven. How are you, Raven?
Hi, I'm so good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm honestly so happy you guys are in Lake Mary. You recently opened. You had your grand opening. Tell me a little bit about SEV.
Well, SEV is a trusted destination where you have a premium experience with very affordable packages and pricing. That's our number one thing.
The moment I walked through the door, I felt like I was transformed into this like aesthetic paradise. I mean, just the walls, and you're smiling. I mean, the greeting itself, you're just like, oh my God, like I feel good. I feel like I'm gonna treat myself, but it's like aesthetically pleasing. How do people feel when they walk through the door here?
I think we're very welcoming. You see it. The clients always leave with a smile. I think that's what is so great about us, is we're all about the clients and their happiness. And if they're satisfied, then we are satisfied, because we know we're doing our job well.
So Raven, maybe someone hasn't had laser hair removal before. I have. I love it. It doesn't hurt. What does it kind of feel like for the patient?
Okay, so I wouldn't say it's completely painless, but to the extent it is, I change it based off your tolerance, and we do have the Zimmer, which is a cooling air system. So really you don't feel it. It is a little stimulation.
Yeah, no, I think that's a perfect way to describe it. I mean, it's not like uncomfortable, but you do feel a little, nothing, it's not like it's an easy process, and honestly, the results are totally worth it. So I'm like a little bink, and I'm totally good.
Absolutely, and with time, you do build your tolerance. So each time it should get better and better to where honestly, you don't even feel anything.
It's a win-win.
Yes, absolutely.
On average, how many times do I have to come before I'm like, oh wow, like I'm feeling silky smooth?
I tell all my clients you're going to need between 8 and 12 sessions because we do have 3 phases of hair, which a lot of people do not realize. So
I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah, so your first session, what I would be killing is not the same phase of hair that you're going to come in the second time.
Okay, so different strokes for different
Yes.
hair, right?
Yeah.
So, you guys have so many different clients. This isn't the only location, but you have a lot of celebrity clients. What does that like mean to you that, celebrities are trusting you when it comes to their laser hair removal?
I think it's very rewarding just to know that celebrities do represent us as well, and they trust us, and they do still continue to come back.
And another thing I love is you guys are woman-owned, faith-based. I mean, it's so important. Like woman to woman, it's
Yes.
huge. Supporting another woman, watching them grow, and faith at the end of the day is huge. Why do you love working here so much?
I love it because everyone's just so welcoming. They do make you feel like a priority here. They're just down to earth, and they put you first, and you really feel like you're a part of the team.
And I think that's huge. I mean, when you're being put first, it's scary. Like sometimes you think laser, you're like, oh my God, like this could be scary, but you guys really care about your clients and knowing what their needs are.
Absolutely.
So the first time someone comes in, do they talk about like their goals, or how does that process work?
I mean, everyone wants to be completely hairless. It is a process, so it is just a matter of time. It's not just going to have one session type of deal.
Yeah.
You do have to have so many, which once I do explain that to people, they're more understanding, and then they trust the process.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, and I've had laser hair removal, not like on my legs or anything, but it is a process. And I mean, it's not like an instant thing. So I think people kind of need to get that through their heads and really just kind of, trust you, trust the process, and more importantly, just like have faith through it all.
Absolutely, I completely agree.
And so, one of the other things I love, like, again, you guys are going to be doing a lot of other things in the future. So it's growing. SEV is growing, especially here in Lake Mary. I won't spoil everything, but truly you got to keep an eye on them because there's going to be new services offered and really just exciting things. And you're growing.
Oh, we're definitely expanding. We do have 2 other locations here in Florida. One's in Miami and one is in Fort Lauderdale, but thankfully we are now in Central Florida.
Yeah, thank God,
Yes.
because your girl needs to be hairless,
Absolutely.
especially this summer. Honestly, like, again, I spend so much time shaving, and
Yeah.
no one has time at the end of the day. So if you can come in, hang out with you, hang out with Raven, hang out with Kiko, hang out with the girls, and really just, be hairless, you save yourself time to go and live your life.
Yeah,
So-
and in the long run, it's way more cost efficient without having to
Yeah,
shave
talk about
or
pricing for a
waxing.
second.
So pricing in the long run, this is way more beneficial. It is very affordable. What you see online and in our spa, that's what you get. So that is the number one thing. We are very cost efficient.
Saving money, saving time, being hairless, it's 10 out of 10. Look no further than SEV Laser for all your service, for all your hairless needs. Can you believe we're planning a wedding?
I mean, I'm excited about it. It's a lot. Guest list, cake tastings, figuring out what we're going to have for dinner. Is it chicken, fish, one of the above? The vegetarian options, AC units.
Yeah, speaking of new AC units, new season of life might mean it's time for a new air conditioning unit. And with Duquesne, they actually just came out with this new refrigerant, which is actually more efficient.
Getting married is a little bit complicated, actually. But I got to tell you that the AC and making sure that the family here is comfortable, not as complicated as a wedding, that's for sure.
No, and with Duquesne, it's not just about reliable products. It's knowing that you can really trust your system, just like a good marriage built on trust.
Well, I think trust is very important, especially here in Florida. Trusting your AC unit is incredibly important because you walk into a house, it's 100-something degrees outside. You want to make sure that your AC unit is working perfectly so you're comfortable inside.
Yes, so definitely do your homework because Duquesne has that new AC unit, really just kind of something more efficient, something more user-friendly, and the new coolant, man, that's a game changer.
And do you want to have an outdoor wedding this time of
No,
year?
it's so hot. I mean, and one of the best things about it being hot in Florida is we can fall in love with our home again because we have the new AC unit.
Just like I fell in love with you. And now we're getting married.
I know.
And quite frankly, we should have the wedding inside here at our house.
Because it's nice and
Because
cool.
it feels great in here.
Yes, well, thanks, Duquesne. We definitely love you, and we love our home, and now that it's cool, and I love you too.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. A lot of the time, let's say.
Yeah. Well, do yourself a favor and look no further than Duquesne.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back. Excellent work.
Thanks. I feel so refreshed.
My Oura ring just went off and said you need to shave your legs.
Thank you. Mine told me that you're way too stressed.
I guess so. That was a lot of fun. And I thought the people that you met today were absolutely fantastic and just wonderful business owners who really, really care about their customers.
They really are transforming the lives of their clients, of their customers, just really kind of serving them. I mean, whether it's, aesthetic, just helping people find more time in the day, or if it's literally watching their brain change from going to therapy. Like, I'm such an avid believer in therapy and talking and mental health. I think
mean,
we
you
all
literally wrote the book on it.
Yeah, and I think it's so important. I think it's important to take care of your brain, to take care of yourself. Like, go do things for you, no matter what.
What age do you think people should start really focusing on mental health?
Like the moment you can form thoughts. Like, I think it's really important to just be so cognizant of what we say to other people because our words matter. We all have different traumas from life, so I think it's so important to really just kind of be aware and know your triggers and talk about it. So,
I guess so.
yeah.
Tell me about your book. It's all about mental health.
No, it is. It's called Blatantly Honest. If you haven't looked it up, you can check it out. Blatantly Honest, Normal Teen, Abnormal Life. It's on my foundation website, blatantlyhonest.org, or you can just ping me a message. I'll answer because I think everyone needs to read it.
Thank you, Makaila Nichols. Great job on the road today. To our crew on the streets as well, and to our team here. You guys are the best in the business. Thank you.
Thank
Good job.
you.
See you again next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.